Okay guys, got a nice 15-minute stretch for you here. Let's keep those feet about a little wider shoulder width apart. Let's inhale nice and tall. Let's take that left hand, grab that right wrist and bring it up and over. Nice little side body here. Nice back stretches, we'll be holding for about 15 seconds each. Now let's go with the right hand, grab the left wrist, pull it up and over to the other side. No holding of the breath, remember to keep breathing. Now let's come center, let the head fall backwards, back bend here. Head fall back, and then let's exhale. Bring the fingertips together. I want you to press the palms forward. I want you to tuck that tailbone under. Bring that chin to chest. Push the palms away. Belly button pulls in. So really nice C curve in that stretch. Opening up the upper back and releasing the lower back as well. Now, if it's possible, bring the hands behind the back. If you can interlace your fingers and then open and extend, opening the shoulders up, awesome. If you can't do that, just roll your shoulders back and bring your hands behind you, or squeeze that imaginary beach ball. As you exhale, bring the hips back, and let's go into a nice forward fold with the hands behind our back. And just let those hands fall forward. Little micro bend behind the knees. But feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Feel your shoulders open up. Open up that chest. And on the next exhale, slowly release the hands down to the floor. And then let's walk our hands over to the right side. Let's drop that left knee down. Let's keep that left foot tucked under. And we're going to rise up, right ankle over, right knee right over the right ankle. I want you to tuck that tailbone under. So even if you have to release it, pop it back, and then pull it under, just to get that feeling so you feel that stretch in your left hip flexor. And then slowly bring the arms up so your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Fingertips are reaching straight up to the ceiling. That right foot is placed firmly on the floor. Press that foot down into the floor and almost drag it in. So your right heel's pulling in and your left hip is tucking under. Pretty aggressive there. So don't forget to breathe. Good, one more deep breath for me, guys. And then exhale, bringing both hands on each side of that right foot. You might need to scoot your left knee back a little bit, but then bring your hips back as that right foot, that right heel, you have to move it around and bring it forward, but let that right foot drag on that mat, almost like you're trying to pull it back and gently hinge forward at the waist. Feel that great stretch in the back of your right hamstring. Continue that breathing. And now let's slowly come forward, placing that right foot on the floor, bringing the hands to the inside of that right foot, coming into a low squat. So feet are nice and wide, bringing the elbows to the inside of the thighs, opening up those hips, sitting nice and low. Woo!
Woo is right.
Good, and then slowly bring the hands down. Let's pivot over to the other side. Let's drop that right knee down. Remember, tuck that right toe under. Left knee is over that left ankle. Slowly coming up. Remember, tuck that hip under. Let that foot press firmly on the floor and let it drag in. As this hip pulls you forward, shoulders will stack over the hips, arms rise right up to the ceiling. And use that breath. Good, one more deep breath for me. And then as we exhale, we bring our hip back. We need to scooch back a little bit in order to bring that left toe up to the ceiling. But then let that left heel drag onto the floor as you hinge forward, bringing the chest down towards the top of the thigh. The more you flex that front foot, the more you're going to feel it in the back of that leg. And then slowly, let's come forward, placing both hands on the inside of that left foot, and then bring that left foot behind. Let's lower down onto the belly. Let's bring the left arm straight out to the side, palm towards the floor. Let's bring that right hand right underneath our right shoulder and gently lifting our body up and rolling onto that left side. As far as you feel comfortable. Getting a stretch in that shoulder, in the pectoral muscles. Remember, keep that breathing. And then slowly rolling back onto the center. Bring the left hand in, right hand comes out, and roll to the right side. This one's all going to depend on how flexible you are in your shoulders. If it bothers you in any way, you can sit out for this one, that's fine. Good, and now roll onto your stomach, hands underneath your shoulders. Let's just come on up. Little child's pose here with extended arms. Press the armpits down to the floor. A little shake side to side with those hips. And now let's come up onto all fours and let's bring it on over to our back side. So feet flat on the floor. We're going to do a little figure 4 table stretch here. So hands are going to come behind your back. You can have your hands out to the side. You can have your fingertips pointing in or away, whatever feels comfortable for you. Bring those feet in nice and close. And I want you to lift your hips up slightly and just bring your right foot up. And then I want you to place your right foot on top of your left knee and then lower your hips back down. This is going to allow you to get a little bit tighter into this stretch. Now, I want you to use your leg strength and press your right knee away from your body. If you need to, like John just did, back off a little bit, you can. But remember, press the right knee away from the body.
I'm not as limber as you.
But you're doing it though, that's all that matters. Good, 2 more nice deep breaths. This is a nice one for those glutes and hips. Good, then pressing into that left foot, lift the hips up, release the right foot, and let's just go to the other side. Left on top of right, and then drop it down. And then using your leg strength, just gently press that left knee away from the body. The best you can, guys. Remember, stretching's supposed to feel good. You're gonna feel some tension, that's okay. You should never feel pain. If you do, ease off. Good, and then lift the hips, release the right foot, come on down, extend the legs out. Let's roll onto our back, bringing the right knee into the chest, give it a nice big hug. And now bringing that knee into 90 degrees, which is your knee right over your hip. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and guide it across the body. You can take your gaze and look over your right shoulder, or you can just keep looking right up to the ceiling. For a nice supine spinal twist. Comes back up to center. Give it a nice hug. Let the left knee come up in. Extend the right leg out. Give that left knee a nice hug into the body. And then taking that right hand to the outside of that left leg, guide it across. Either turning and looking at your left shoulder or keep your gaze right up to the ceiling. Both knees into the chest. Good. Grabbing behind the knees, rocking and rolling up to a seated position. I'm going to turn forward towards you guys, bringing the legs out to a nice wide straddle position. Remember, toes pointing backwards, sitting up nice and tall, and then walking the fingertips forward to a nice forward fold. Let's bring both legs together, right in front. Let's bring and hug that right knee in. Cross that right foot over that left leg. Hug it with the left arm, and then turning and looking back over our right shoulder. Using that hand to press it into the floor to sit up nice and tall, and look over that back shoulder. Slowly release, counter stretch, turn all the way to the other side, and then release that right foot. Hug the left knee in, left foot goes over right leg, hug it in with the right arm, and then turn back, using that left hand to sit you up nice and tall. Look over that left shoulder. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. The soles of the feet together. You can grab your ankles, grab your toes. Remember, pressing the knees down and out. Sit up nice and tall and gently hinge forward. Good, bring it up. And now let's do a cross-legged position. Right leg is crossed in front. Inhale up, nice and tall. Up, out, hinge forward. Really try to keep that tailbone pressed down to the floor as we lean forward. Good, and walk it back. Lean back, switch up, left foot in front. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, hold forward. Good, and coming back up. Let's come on over to all fours. Tucking the tailbone under, the toes under, lifting up into a downward dog position. Walking the hands back. Round and roll, chin to chest. We rise up, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders coming back and down. Give me a big inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Awesome work, guys. You're all stretched out. Remember, don't forget about that flexibility. Very important in making us strong. So stay strong, keep up the hustle, and I'll see you back for another stretch. Good work.